Welcome to another edition of 42 Years Straight In. On my crackhead update, I spoke on this guy in several videos. He one of the guys here in Dallas who've been exonerated, and he lives extremely well. So he came pick me up yesterday in his Bentley, and we were just riding around Dallas. So we was in Oak Cliff, and we went by Wynwood Village. And we was parked just standing outside the car. Even the guy's quite liberal. I could smoke inside of his car if I wanted to. He don't care. But I'm gonna give him that much respect because he don't smoke. So he was standing outside waiting till I finished the cigarette. And these two chicks got out of the car. They see me and him looking all fucking fly, and it's a Bentley. So the chick walked up. She's kind of middle-aged. She said, how much are your car payments on a car like that? He said, I don't know. I don't know what the payments will be. She said, you mean you own a car like that and you don't know how much it costs? He said, I paid cash. She said, you paid cash? She said, yes. She said, I don't believe that. That's probably a rental. So he said, well, I got the title right here. He reached in his car above his visor, got the title out, show it to her. On that title, it's going to have if you're making payments, how that car was purchased, and who it was purchased from. He got a clear title. Next, she said, I bet you live in an apartment. Most black men got all these nice cars. Some of them live in the projects and driving a Benz. He said, no. He said, no, I own a 5-acre estate out in Forney. She said, I don't believe that. So he said, you got Google on your phone? I see you got an iPhone. Google me and find out. So he told her the address. She Googled it. Next, she want to say, you not that guy who owned the house. He took out his driver's license, showed it to her. Here I am right here. I own the house, lady. He said, since you asking me so many questions, trying to play the FBI, I was listening at this conversation. I said, I wonder is he going to verbally smash this woman, or do I got to do it? This man, he served 26 years for a crime he didn't commit. And guess who got him in the prison? You already know who it was. Even to this day, the lady won't step forward and say she made a mistake. She won't do that. No apology, no nothing. And so he asked her, he said, is that real hair on your head? She said, of course not. He said, you mean you asking me all these questions and everything about you is fake? Fake nails, fake makeup, fake hair? He said, then where is your estate? You don't even own a Bentley. She was getting out of a Lincoln, I think that's a MKZ, and that's what she was driving. It's brand new, look good, but it don't compare with no Bentley. Bentley costs 4 times more. And man, he verbally smashed this lady. Then she went there. All black men always think they better than the black female. But she initiated all this shit. Me and him, neither one of us said nothing to her. She's a chick probably got a decent job, not an exceptional job. She gonna have a good job where she can pay for all her bills and probably don't need a guy to help her out at all. So she want to talk shit in front of her friend to show her. Because of all these manosphere videos, these Kevin Samuels and Dr. BOA and all this red pill stuff, she wants to show a friend, oh, I'll smash a man. But what men been talking, what Kevin Samuels and all these other manosphere guys, red pill guys is talking about on YouTube, men speak on those same subjects every day among themselves. They just don't let females hear because you'll be canceled out. Men's been saying the same thing all these years. Hey, you don't want no lady who got kids. You want a fit feminine woman. You don't want no obese land whale. Men say that all the time. Women just don't hear them say it. And most men who are married will tell another guy who's not married, whatever you do, don't get married because the shit ain't all caked up to what everybody puts it in the media. It ain't no hell of a thing having a wife. Adam and Eve wasn't married. You know, that conversation, it went sour. I can tell she started getting pissed, and this guy's real aggressive. He got the money now. He didn't give a shit about this fucking, her calling no cops and none of that. He got money, he got an attorney, he can get out of jail. He ain't worried about no shit like that. It didn't get physical, but it was a hell of a verbal exchange. So she left off in a huff, mad in hell, telling her friend, come on, girl, we don't even need to talk to these fools here. And he told her, he went there with a neck. He said, I ain't no fool, so I'll kick you square in your ass, you funk ass bitch. That's where he went to next. I knew him like a book. I already know what it's fixing to lead to. So they just kept walking, and we got in the car and drove off. That's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your motherfucking shanks out, and let's get ready to ride. Yeah, I spoke on this guy in several videos. Mr. Fobbs, his name is Charles Ulysses Fobbs. I met him at the Ramsey unit. He was born in 1926. He came to prison 1947. He was released from prison in 1999. 52 motherfucking years for a crime he didn't commit. You know, I didn't agree on a lot of things that this man would do, especially when he wouldn't go see a parole officer. He could have been out of prison. He would say, I don't need no fucking parole. I didn't do this shit, so I ain't taking no damn parole. He would refuse the parole. And he had a wife. She was with him all them fucking years. She'd drive up from Beaumont to Ramsey to visit him every 2 weeks. He'd get a visit, like clockwork. He'd get letters all the time. That's rare. You seen a guy been incarcerated a long time, and he still got outside family support. Well, anyway, how I met this guy, he builds ships. I mean, he'd get some wood out of the vegetable room on Ramsey, off these wooden crates, and he would bring that back to the cell block. And he could carve these big ships. Man, he put cannons, soldiers, sails, man, he looked good as hell. Or he could build a stagecoach, and he'd make it into a lamp, be a lamp inside of it. Or he'd make these big clocks. Everything on it worked. Man, this man was an expert at woodwork. And he never talked to nobody. When he's not doing that, he's sitting there drinking his wine, watching TV. He always got a newspaper or a book, but he never talked to no one. He never say nothing. So this one particular day, I had got in a fight out in the fields. They normally didn't give disciplinary for fights in the field, but by me had hit Captain Bad when I first got to Ramsey. They'd give me a disciplinary. I'm the only motherfucker at the whole prison get a disciplinary for a fight. They didn't give a damn about no fight, but they would give me disciplinary. So I'd be on that wall quite often. At least once a week, I'm gonna get in a fight out in them damn fields. So this one particular day, he was sitting there. You know, when you in a cell block at Ramsey, they don't allow you to wear your work boots. You got to be toting your boots in your hand. Their floor was clean and waxed, no dirt and mud, cigarette butts, cigarette ashes. None of that shit is on the floor at Ramsey. I mean, it's spotless. So I walked by, and I lived on the second tier. Mr. Fobbs lived on the first tier. And I put my work boots up, and I don't think I had a college class that night. So I came back to sit in the day room because the news was getting ready to come on. And I was sitting close to him, and he talked to me. He said, say, man, I see you fight all the damn time, man. He said, I can teach you how not to never lose a fight. I'm looking at this old guy. I said, man, this old dude got to be full of bullshit. So he said, let me see your fist. He got a blank sheet piece of paper. He drew my fist on that paper, right and left. And he didn't say nothing else. That was it. Later on that night, I was out right before they turned the TVs and they called rat time at 10 o'clock back in the day. They made you go to your house, your cell at 10 o'clock. Now it's 11 o'clock during weekdays, 1 o'clock during weekends. But Wildcat was the warden, and at Ramsey, he'd allow you to stay up all night. He didn't give a fuck as long as you go to work. As long as you went to work, he didn't give a fuck when you sleep. That's on you. You a grown fucking man. You know when you need to sleep. You know when you need rest. So he came up to me and slid me something. He said, go in your cell and check that out. Now this old man didn't have no cell partner. He was single cell. No cell partner. And he had some leather gloves, 2 pieces of steel that I could slide in and slide out. And next day, I come in from work, he talked to me, he said, hey man, just don't let nobody never know you got that. He said, you shouldn't lose no more. He said, I guarantee you put that steel on somebody's ass, you're going to cut their whole face up, knock their eye out, knock teeth out, you're going to do all that. That helped me out. Then he was so damn prison smart. Then he started talking to me. I was talking to him one day, one of the inmate guards pulled me to the side and she said, hey, youngster, because I was the youngest guy on that whole fucking cell block was me. And nobody there young as I was. He pulled me to the side. He said, hey, better leave Mr. Fobbs alone. He said, that old man get on your ass, ain't nobody gonna help you. You're gonna be on your own. I'm young, I done made some major moves in prison. I'm saying, shit, I'm just as much man as this dude. Little did I know, this man is extremely fucking violent. He got zero tolerance. He don't take no shit whatsoever. Now, Wildcat himself respect this old man. Call him Mr. Fobbs. That's the goddamn baddest warden in the whole Texas prison system. Call this man Mr. Ward, Mr. Fobbs. If Cat gave you respect, you can bet you done put in some major work. He did not respect no motherfucker coming here talking about I want to be a model inmate and all that bullshit. He didn't disrespect you, but he didn't give you no respect neither. He didn't just dry fuck with people. So anyway, me and him he was telling me about his past, how he got to prison, and back in the day, they had a prison unit on Central. It's on the Central Unit land. That's no longer a prison now. It was called Blue Ridge. That prison don't even exist. Well, the Central Unit don't exist no more. They built a housing subdivision on that prison land. Well, anyway, it was an all-black prison. And he was telling me about they had some inmates there they called the Wolf Pack. At night, they crawl around raping people at night. So he killed 2 of them. Also, he took the warden hostage at that prison and stabbed the warden all up. They kept him in solitary confinement for a whole fucking year. I'm talking about the real solitary, not no bullshit. I'm talking about the one they had when they feed you 3 tablespoons of vegetables twice a day for 15 days. That type of solitary. And this guy is 6'8". I think he's 6'8". I think he said he weighed about 385. He a big ass fucking dude. And guys didn't know this man was this fucking smart because he don't talk. He don't say a motherfucking thing. He can tell you how to cheat on the gambling. He can tell you how they cheat. Matter of fact, when I got the job working at Wildcat's office, I went and talked to him. Hey man, I know I'm too fucking young. I'm not prison hard enough to deal with Cat. And he told me how to deal with Cat. Don't ask Cat for nothing. Don't never ever think you friends with Cat. You not. And I use that philosophy to deal with Cat because I'm too young and no prison experience. Now, being hardcore, I could sit and deal with Cat like it's a piece of cake now, but I couldn't then. I was too fucking young. Well, anyway, one day we were just sitting there, me and him was talking. He always has some homemade wine. Occasionally I steal some of Cat's slit malt liquor. I'll get 1 or 2 of them and take to Mr. Fobbs so he can get some free world liquor. Well, anyway, me and him was sitting there talking. And he had this big ship he was working on sitting beside him. So a guy just walked over and picked this man craft material up and started fucking with it. Hey, yeah, man, how do you do this shit? He was looking at him. Man, that was a no-no back in the day. You did not fuck with other people's shit. Those guys used to go to work. They sold these nice, expensive Zippo lighters. They would leave a Zippo lighter sitting in that fucking day room. Not one motherfucker will touch that lighter. You did not fuck with other people's shit. You had serious consequences if you fuck with somebody's shit. And with Cat being the warden, it's open season on your ass. Cat don't give a fuck about no violence. He tell you to defend yourself at all costs, and I give you the lightest punishment possible. It ain't gonna never lead to prison. So DA office, nobody gonna never know what the fuck happened. It's gonna be dealt with by the prison administration. So anyway, Mr. Fobbs say, he normally don't curse nobody. He just say, punk ass motherfucker, put my goddamn shit down. So the dude say, fuck you, you old broke son of a bitch. That's why you gotta build these goddamn ships, you broke son of a bitch. Mr. Fobbs got over $1,000 in his account. This man ain't broke. He sell that shit fast as he can make it. So, Mr. Fobbs tell me, he say, man, go get lost. I don't want to get you involved in this. He said, I'm finna show him why I'm Mr. Fobbs. Homeboy was back there lifting weights. Mr. Fobbs walked up. He had a long hook blade knife, free world knife. He come up and caught his ass right in the throat, cut him ear to ear. Just cut him up all the way. He laid him on down, then he cut him again. Just cut him. By this time, the inmate guards run up. They don't know what to do. It's Mr. Fobbs. Evidently, Cat done told these guys, never fuck with this dude. So they holler, fight. Fight on 7 wings. They go to screaming. So all the turnkeys running there. Big Bear running there. Mr. Fobbs walk on to his cell. Get him some fucking wine. And light him a cigar up. Like ain't shit happened. Washing his hand. Washing the blood off. Big Bear run up. He say, Mr. Fobbs, you want to go with me? He say, Bear, I'll kill your goddamn ass. He the only man I ever seen tell Bear some shit like that. He said, I will kill your goddamn ass. You get your punk ass out in front of my motherfucking cell. So Bear say, went in the picket and say, let me call Cat. He got on the telephone, called Cat. Cat come from his house over there. Cat came in and said, Mr. Fobbs, you know I ain't never lied to you. Give me the knife. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Mr. Fobbs went off. Well, that man went off. Cat just was cool and calm. He said, give me a drink of that wine. He calmed him down. So he got a cup, poured Cat some wine. Cat went on in the cell with him while he got the shank. Sit down. He gave Cat a cigar. Cat sitting there and talked to him, calmed him down, and walked him on out the cell block. Here, about an hour later, they done cleaned up all the blood and got the body out. Mr. Fobbs come walking back. Like ain't nothing. Never motherfucking happened. Well, anyway, I got transferred from, after the Cat left, they got a new warden at Ramsey. That motherfucker didn't feel me. He got rid of my ass. So I was transferred back to East Ham, and I made my trip all the way around the Texas prison system. Finally, I made it back in 1999 to the Wynn unit in Huntsville. And I was walking down the hallway one day, and there Mr. Fobbs is. He been locked up 52 motherfucking years then. He shook hands with me out in the hallway. He said, say, man, you were just like my son to me, man. He said, I raised you well, man. So I used to hear about you down through the years. You were putting these motherfuckers in the ground. That's where they should be. When they fuck with you, kill their goddamn ass. That is one good ass old man. He was released in 99. He was exonerated. They gave him a couple $1 million, and he died in 2004. His wife died in 2006. She lived until he got out of prison. He left prison a millionaire. Mr. Fobbs, I know you with my mama, man. Tell her I'll be there later. Rest in peace, both of y'all. Y'all know what it is. Keep your motherfucking shanks ready. Or we might have to kill some of these son of bitches. They need it. They need it. We don't want to go to Loose Area Justice Center. So we gonna let them walk these stupid ass right out in front of a car and get the hell knocked out of them. Y'all support me over on Patreon. Like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching.